Anybody who has watched this show, you have heard me often refer to Dr. King's sermon, April 3rd, 1968, at Mason Temple in Memphis. You've heard me talk about economic withdrawal. You've heard me talk about when MLK said in that sermon how we are collectively or individually poor, but collectively wealthy, and how we need to be operating as a collective when it comes to trying to change the economics of our situation. You've heard me quote him in that sermon when he says, we don't have to throw one Molotov cocktail. We don't have to yell and curse anybody out. He said, what we must do is practice economic withdrawal. Companies that don't do business with us and don't hire us, we don't do business with them. In the exact same speech, he also said to black people on that rainy, stormy night in Memphis, how we must be supporting black institutions. He mentions buying from black insurance companies. He mentions how SCLC opened a bank account with a black bank there in Memphis. He talked about how we must be doing a bank-in, a buy-in for black-owned businesses. He literally says it in a sermon. See, part of the problem is most black folk have allowed white folk to frame for us who Dr. King was and is. And so therefore, when we talk about his mountaintop speech, all we talk about are the bottom 2 minutes of that speech and not the other 41 minutes and 16 seconds of the speech. That's why most folks listening right now have no idea what I'm talking about, because you don't even realize that that's what he actually said in that sermon. Because at one point he even references Jesse Jackson. He said, Jesse, what do you call it? Economic. He said, redistribute the pain. He said, so far, the black sanitation workers, they're the ones who have been enduring the pain. Now, if we do an economic withdrawal, we must now redistribute the pain. For all y'all who keep acting like Dr. King wasn't a radical, go listen and read that speech. So when we talk about boycotts, there are a number of things that we have to factor in that too often we don't.